Are you ready?
Aye.
My audience, are you ready? For this evening's performance, I dedicate this to the three nations that make up our glorious Britannic Isles as I present for this evening's presentation a Britannic's dream as I raise the seal on this retro circle. Bow, please. May all my countrymen take their position. My name is William Plantagenet. May the muses help me as I take this potion of purest thought. Not that it matters, for tonight I am here to create something wonderful. I call upon this power as I begin this ritual. I am here to make a very specific thing. I'm here to make an item and a person. For tonight, I will forge for you all the helm of Brittania, so that it may grant visions to whoever wears it of the nature of Caledonia, Cimria, and Albion, at the discretion of Andrea and the spirits that inhabit those lands. But I will also have one who speaks for that nation, for the nations of Albion, Cimria, and of course Caledonia. This is the night. I intend to grant her the ability to speak with Ancestor up to a potential 3 times a day or less if we do not have the power. But more than that, she may use that power to speak to Brittania, to ask it a question. A question which may be granted depending on whether the spirits feel like it or not. But that is not all, my faithful audience. From dawn until dusk, she will have the power of light incantation. You are the Light College is here to support, and from dusk until dawn, night and dark incantation will flow through her bones. Now, my players, to your positions. Go from the Cimria to the east, to the west of Albion. Sorry, west, east, and north. Caledonia to the north, Albion to the west, and Cimria looking rather small but passionate.
Small but mighty.
Small but mighty. So I will introduce them. First of all, the Knight. Tell me about yourself and how these people relate to you.
I am known as the Knight, but this was not always my name. My real name, for Fae normally have real names, is Ash Brittania, an ash tree from the centre of Brittania itself. I am a member of the Iceni tribe of Brittania.
And today, we will turn this tree into a mighty figure who will represent all of you. To the north, there are the mighty bears of Caledonia! And we're all there in support of one another! So, for the Queens! For the Queens! For the Queens! For the Queens! For the grand strength of the bears! Excellent! To the west, the mighty people of Cimria, those fearsome tribal nations! They are powered by faith and fire! Faith and fire! Faith and fire! Nothing to fear! Nothing to prove! And to the mighty south, to the east, there lies Albion, that land of law! Strength and unity! Strength through unity! Albion prevails! Excellent! But ladies and gentlemen, our people have always been in conflict for ages. They do nothing but fight one another. They steal each other's cows. You not believe it? No, it's not I should mention, by the way, I have never seen a haggis. So I went to the bears and I asked them what is a haggis, and they said think of the most fearful creature you can think of. So I thought of a shark, but not just any shark, an earth shark, a land shark. But even when they're not stealing each other's cows, ladies and gentlemen, they're throwing mud at one another, they're insults, they just have all this conflict. Yeah. Throwing mud.
That's a
I dare ye. It's just chaos. But ultimately, these nations all lose out. They all suffer because they take from one another and give nothing to help each other together. Their nations suffer. The sadness courses through them. They are weaker for it. You are not as strong as you could be. Your people suffer so much that there are other nations who see that. Independent, the light and the dark. They see this and they look to forge a helm.
How can we help?
Something, bring it forward. Something so that these people might understand one another. I look upon this helm as an artisan armoursmith, this spell-tempered helm, and they look to take it and fill it with the thoughts of the people of the various nations. I take the cup of the Britannic Games, blessed by the various people, by the High King of the Dragons, from the Pendragon throne and the Queens. I place this dart into this crown that may be forged by the power of those three nations. They take it around, they go first to Shimria, who talk of their suffering and the things. They place that power into the crown. Call upon your faith and fire. Call upon the power of your nation. Faith and fire! Faith and fire! Nothing to fear! Nothing to fear! And from there, they move to the north, to Caledonia. Their haggis has been taken. They will never see the land shark again. But they put in their power. They seal it in. And the helm that travels to the Albion, the hearts have also suffered. They put in their faith, their law, their civilization, what defines their culture. And the crown is forged of nations three, together in this circle. But there was none worthy to wear that crown, to wear that helm. They travelled and they looked until they came across an ash tree. In the centre of Britannia, it sat asleep, waiting to be awoken, waiting to feel the power of Britannia. Crown this tree, make it understand, place the helm upon its head. Awake! But the crown grants visions, and all she had seen was the suffering and conflict between these people as they fought one another, fight one another, and show that conflict.
I'm coming down for that haggis, give it back!
I get it, you're passionate, there's a long-running feud here. A couple of centuries long, you want to get it out in the ritual circle. But, wearing the crown, as Britannia felt the power of the ancestors coursing through her, she looked to speak to them. My theologists, you will act as that link. Click and Crinkle, you have the ability to speak with ancestors. Help guide her. Call out to those nations. Call out to Caledonia.
Call to the nations.
Call to
Feel
those
feel the presence of those
as those
nations
ancestors were
within you.
summoned forth from the void to answer her call.
Rise up within you.
Summoned through the void.
By the high powers of theology, I place this power within you. The high powers of theology, I place this within you.
From the bears. From the hearts. And from Cambria.
The knowledge within this pattern, within this
My contribution! My ancestrals! They came to listen, to hear the words of the people. She asked each of them the questions.
What's wrong with your lands? Tell me.
There's plague, there's famine on our lands to the east.
There is the land of the bear, this individual asks. Speak to these ancestrals.
What is the problem in your lands? Please tell me.
What do you think the problem is in our lands? Don't you know already?
No, I do not know.
Do you
What are
not
the
have the
problems in the
knowledge?
land? What are the problems in the land?
Are you blind? Can you not see?
Those individual ancestors think for their own lands, but not for Britannia itself. She turned to all three of them and looked.
Then if you will not tell me, I will ask the land herself. Britannia, land!
People of all nations, you grant that power to the land itself,
Tell
through the
me.
land, let it course through her,
What
let
is
it be
wrong
that connection.
in the nations of Britannia?
Then let
What
me
is
faith
wrong
and
in
fire!
What is
Faith and fire! The three all listened. Feeling that power of Brittania, they answered with the same answer all together as one.
Do what is best for the people.
Help and help the people.
Serve the people and do what is best for them.
Love your people with passion and faith.
Will you do that, Ash Brittania? Will you help these people? Will
I
you be
will.
that voice? Will you help guide them?
I will.
Then send back these ancestrals. Go! Thank you! And rise up the people of these nations, because for all that Ash Brittania knew of these stories, the conflict between these nations was still there. It still riled among them. There was still conflict. They attacked one another in brutal battle. Some called upon the power of a living, looking out to seek and destroy a terrible, horrible and living. You're doing a horrible and living. Look, this person obviously looks like a horrible and living. You need to remember, I'm a master playwright. Actually,
Stop it.
that
Stop
conflict
it now.
was there. But during the night, she travelled. She commanded the unliving with her dark incantational powers during the dusk. She controlled them.
I control you and command you to the best of your ability. Stop it right now.
Yes,
No.
bad unliving. Very, very bad. She called upon that power as a dark incanter. It was already within her pattern, but now it only worked at night. And then, during the day, they lay injured. The various people of the nations were injured by the attacks of each other.
With great decay.
I am in death.
I am hurt. Please.
Louder!
Brittania! A decay! This body!
Okay! She does that power. Help the Caledonians.
I repair the decay upon this body. The power of Brittania, repair the decay upon this body. By the power of Brittania, I remove the decay.
Return to the throne. The power is nearly there. It's nearly sit upon the throne. The people of these nations come forth. One of you from each nation step forth. Feel the power of the helm upon you. I call upon this power. You have the power where your pattern shifts and changes like she does. You understand the importance of change and adaptation. Take the crown. Feel the visions. You understand what she feels. Call forward. Hearts and bears, place your hand upon the crown. Feel that vision. It works.
It works.
And together they unite behind this one voice. Ladies and gentlemen, by my power as an artisan armorsmith, the ability to identify, I feel that magic is contained within that. But we must contain it within Ash Brittania. Take the helm and place it upon her head. Ladies and gentlemen, place all your hands upon her. All together, ladies and gentlemen, with me, will you shout Brittania? Call out as one people. Brittania! I seal this in! And I call upon this power to seal within this circle. I use any remaining power to protect the contributors and people within this circle from any harm as I lower the seal on this ritual circle.